All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how is everybody doing? The DUI guy is back. As I like to say, hello, everybody. Let's wait for people to start showing up here. Hello, Cowboys Nation. What's up, brother? How's everybody doing? Everybody having a good Saturday? James, here you go, brother. Hey, Yogi. Hey, Mary Jones. Richard. No, Ween Fane, I haven't yet. I have not checked out those videos. Wait for people to come in here. Good evening, Stephen. Hey, Luke, Adam. Good to see everyone. It's been a long week, and I think they're about to start getting shorter with Governor Beshear's latest order of shutting down all indoor dining. I really have a grim outlook on how business is going to look. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But if history has anything to do with it, when the restaurants were shutting down at the beginning of the pandemic, business has suffered. So I'm not putting any bets on it getting better. But hopefully, if it keeps going as is, I'm going to be happy. But I guess we will see. So the Supreme Court of Kentucky, Stephen, actually issued an order suspending all jury trials until February of next year. So courts are still open in the sense that they're doing electronic dockets, but a lot of them have been continuing cases for unknown reasons, even though I know that they do Zoom and Skype and so on. But for some reason, they're still canceling their dockets and not letting people go to court on their clients' cases. So yeah, no problem, James. I'm always happy to be here talking about fun topics such as this one. So yeah, I don't know. We've had some court cases that were, again, in counties that I've already myself even been to electronically, and I know my associates have been to electronically, and court has just been continuing these cases to new dates, and I'm not 100% sure why. So, I mean, it is what it is. You got to remember the judge and the clerk and the bailiff still have to show up in person. So naturally, there are going to be people in the courtroom. So it's not just entirely by Zoom. It's not like the judge is sitting in their living room, because, these things have to go on record. They have to be properly recorded. The clerk has to enter it into the system. So there's a lot of moving parts. So I understand maybe why some of them are continuing these, but I had a jury trial that was scheduled December 8th, and obviously that's not going to fly anymore. So that was my last one that was scheduled for this year that had the possibility of going. And that's not going to go for various reasons. But most importantly, now that they've officially been canceled, as of I think Thursday was when the order was entered by the Kentucky Supreme Court, Chief Justice Minton. February, pretty much, we're not going to have a single trial the rest of the year. We're not going to have any trials in January. February is the name of the game. So come February, maybe we'll finally see some jury trials, but I'm not keeping my hopes up even for that. So we're just playing the waiting game, waiting for the vaccine to be developed. I read a couple of articles that we have, two companies, Moderna and Pfizer. They were both claiming that they have developed some type of working vaccine for the virus. Again, it's not about just getting it working and operational. It's about distribution. And they say that their ability to distribute is going to take basically about a year, give or take, for it all to finally slow down, by my calculation and by the way that they're saying it, because they're only going to be able to have like 50 million vaccines, and we're only going to see half of those. I think that was Pfizer. We're going to see half of those in the United States. The rest are going to go to other countries and other, not in the United States. And I believe they said they require a 2-dose treatment, so that lowers the number even further to 12.5 million, which is but a fraction of the United States population. So it's wild, it's crazy. But we'll get through this. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel, I guess one should say. It's no longer kind of like indefinite. You don't know when, where, why, or how. When they told us in March, this lockdown is just going to be for a couple of weeks and whatnot, I think they knew. I think they knew that it wasn't going to be for a couple of weeks. I think they knew. They just didn't want to scare the crap out of the public at the time. It's got to be a gradual descent. Anyone who has ever been in leadership, I think, understands that you don't want a panicking public, and there was still a panic. Remember the toilet paper shortage? I mean, that's the public for you. So do you really want those people panicking even more? I don't think so. So I think we will be back to something that resembles what we remember as normalcy, maybe next winter. That's my guess. That's an educated guess, and it's based on the information that has been provided to us by these companies. So my guess, around late fall, early winter next year, we might start again, assuming that this vaccine passes through the FDA and the FDA approves it and it begins getting distributed, and so on. Matthew, I don't know about the rest of the United States. I know California has never really lifted their lockdown. For example, Kentucky just reinstituted a lockdown for indoor dining and restaurants. So that's no longer an option pursuant to the governor's order. I don't know what's going to come next. I'm guessing, massage parlors and what's the other one that they usually do? Barbers, I guess, those sorts of things. Anytime that you are coming in personal contact with another individual providing a service. So those are probably going to be shut down next, but I guess we'll see. By the way, guys, don't forget gyms. Exactly, Stephen. Gyms is a great example. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell if you haven't already, so that you get notified anytime that I go live. Now, of course, some of you know, I don't think we have any members in the chat. At least I haven't seen them. You'll see their name is going to be in green. If you're a member, you have the option of joining. By all means, you get perks. You get access to memes. I'm going to show you guys. These are the memes that you will have access to. You can see them in the chat. So the emojis. I call them memes. The emojis, and you do, of course, get access to member-only memes. And there are 2 tiers of membership, as I've discussed before: lower tier, higher tier. On the lower tier, you get all of these perks. On the higher tier, you're also going to get a sneak peek a little bit into my life. So as y'all can see, I got a haircut. I couldn't stand my long hair anymore. Let me get you a link to those memberships. Mile High Medic. Let me see if I can get that for you. As you can see, I got a haircut. I chopped off all my hair. I couldn't stand it any longer. It was just getting too long, too annoying, too much. And so I no longer have my long hair, and I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. This is the link, Mile High Medic. This is the link for memberships. If you want to join as a member, I should have probably put that to join as a member. This is the link. Boom. There we go. Justin Holt. How's it going, brother? He's a member. And you'll get your name, you get a badge, you get your name in green, and you get access to perks. So it's just fun. It's just fun for everybody. So yeah, no more long hair. This is it. We're going to start growing it out a little bit. And then as soon as it gets too annoying, I'm going to chop it all off again, probably. I don't know if I'll grow it out. I mean, it was pretty long. I think I got it to about, what is that? Maybe 5.5, 6 inches. In length. I don't know if I'm ever going to do that again. There we go. Mile High Medic, welcome to Law Novice, my man. We'll get to the topic in a second, our Boyd. It's the name of this video, by the way. I don't know if you're not able to see it, but it's the name of the video. A lot of people are actually really anxious. They really wanted to hear me talk about this topic. We're ever so closely inching away. I'm just still going through the intro right now. Ever so closely inching towards 50,000 subscribers. It has really slowed down the last month or so. It happens, you go through the ebb and flow. Sometimes one of the videos gets really pushed through by the YouTube algorithm, and I pick up a bunch of subscribers. But it's been pretty slow, which it is what it is. I'm okay with it. So I'm about 232 subscribers short of 50,000. So super exciting. I can't wait to hit it. I mean, I don't think I get any things from YouTube. I think the first time you actually get something is at 100,000. The silver YouTube play button or whatever it is, that's at 100,000. So I'm almost halfway there. So next year, maybe we'll be able to achieve that on the channel. Also, really cool, of my videos, I noticed that I have 5 videos, and the 5th one just hit it yesterday. I have 5 videos with over 1 million views. It's pretty insane how they got racked up. So really cool to see the growth, even when things are slow. To continue to see this growth is just amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough, honestly. I'm glad you like it, our Boyd. I do what I can for you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the intro. I wanted to do this topic because somebody asked it as one of the things that they wanted me to discuss on this channel. And I said, why not? I think it's a great question. The question, of course, is what degree should I get in undergrad in order to, if I want to go to law school, basically, what degree should I get before applying to and going to law school? And that is not an easy question. And we're going to explore different avenues. We're going to explore different avenues of how to approach law school, what it's about, the LSAT. We're going to touch upon that because there is no universal answer. And I'll tell you what the most common answers, if you will, are, but they're not exclusive. And as you will see, there are many, many different answers, and they're all right. There is no real wrong answer to this question of what degree should you get before applying and going to law school. So first of all, I'm gonna tell you my backstory. So after finishing high school, I started undergrad here at the University of Louisville, and I originally, not many people know this, for about I think a semester, I was a math major. Believe it or not, I was a math major for about one semester. And that was because I always loved math. Like some of you who are regulars on this channel probably know that lawyers don't do math. Well, I'm one of those lawyers who actually enjoys numbers, actually enjoys math. I'm not saying I'm good at it, believe me, but I enjoy numbers. I understand numbers. I feel numbers more so than the majority of other people that I've encountered in my life. So I was a math major for that reason in the very, very beginning. And then I quickly fell in love with the subject of philosophy, mostly because I am lazy and I enjoyed just sitting around thinking and philosophizing. Not much to do, not a lot of brain energy being exerted. So I think it was a great major to pick. Lo and behold, I actually fell in love with it. And I ended up majoring in philosophy because I took so many philosophy courses. And so when I graduated, when I finished my degree, I knew that I was either going to be going into law school or I'm going to be teaching. And teaching, unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of money involved. It doesn't have a lot of options. So I went into law. Now, let's talk about the philosophy by itself, right? So my degree was in philosophy. In my entering class, and I think this is a rough average, there were about maybe 3 or 4 of my colleagues, so about 2 to 3% of my class were philosophy majors. The majority were either poli-sci, biology, physics, chemistry, English, and history. That's pretty much, I'd say maybe 80 to 90% as far as I can remember of my class. So as you can see, it's a wide spectrum. It's a wide spectrum. Now you might ask yourself, why the biology, the chemistry, and the physics majors? Those are the ones who tried to get into medical school and were either unsuccessful, maybe they dropped out of medical school, maybe it was too strenuous for them. They decided, and law school was their secondary option. So there is really, like I said, remember at the very beginning, there's really no right answer as to what degree you should get. Because, well, here's the thing. A lot of people think poli-sci. Now, I've taken a couple of poli-sci, political science, of course. I'm sorry, I'm abbreviating for some of you who may not know. Political science majors in our class, there were quite a few. There were quite a few political science majors in my class in law school, and it's a very, very, very common major to have in law school. And again, for the reason being is law is oftentimes political. It kind of gives you an understanding of political systems in different countries. You get to learn not just the United States, but the rest of the world. And I think it's a very good preparation for law school. But in no way, shape, or form, my own personal opinion is that political science is going to prepare you for what law school has to offer and the LSAT in and of itself. So the LSAT, the law school admissions test, for those of you who are considering sitting for the LSAT and taking it, there is absolutely no class that you can take in law school that will prepare you for what you're going to encounter on the LSAT. And the questions, well, how do you prepare for it? The answer is very simple. You take the test itself over and over and over. Because you need to learn and study how the test is structured. The test is structured very, very simply. It's got 4 sections. I think they've added a writing. I don't know if they took it out since then. It's been years since I've taken it. But they have 4 sections, and it's logic games, a couple of reading, and then a 4th one. And it's timed. So you all have to remember, it's much like the bar exam. This is like a mini bar for people who want to get into law school. And the best way to prepare for it is to take that exam over and over and over, understand how it's structured, what it's looking for, timing yourself, doing practice tests. When you time yourself and you get yourself scrunched into this time frame that they're asking you to be in. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You're not going to take it once, twice, 3 times, and then boom, you're ready. Unless you're a really smart person, which I was not. I had to take that test a few times to finally understand how it's structured. And eventually and again, depending on where you're trying to get into, which school you're trying to get into, you may not need that high of a score. I mean, of course, if you're looking to get in the Yale or Harvard, you're probably going to need a 173, 174 to even be considered, which is, that means you only missed like 6 questions on the entire test. Basically be in the 98th, 99th percentile. That was not my goal. I was never aspiring to get into either of those schools personally. So you have to calibrate what your ambitions are, and you have to know your limitations as well. You can't shoot for the moon if you know that you may not have the capabilities. So know thyself, and know thy test, the LSAT, and you will be able to pass it with flying colors. Now, I also recommend taking a practice, not a practice test. I already said that. I'm sorry. A course. Taking a course on the LSAT. Every university, as far as I know, offers one, and it will allow you to understand the test a little bit better. Now, I didn't find mine very helpful, maybe because I'm kind of like a lone wolf and I like to study on my own terms and figure things out by myself. But it was a good introduction. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked it. And I think you will benefit from having that exposure from somebody who's already taken the test, because the teachers that are assigned to these LSAT courses typically are well versed in the sense that they've taken the test. I believe ours scored like near perfect scores on the MCAT, that's the medical entrance exam, the DAT, which is the dental one, the LSAT, and she had all these offers from like all these schools, and she rejected all of them. So a phenomenal test taker, but I guess she wasn't really interested in what follows. So I see what somebody asked a question, Tammy. What was my average grade? I thought I finished with a 3.6 GPA. No, I thought I was a 3.75. I thought I was a 3.75 or 3.6 or something like that. But apparently I tested out of a few courses and they didn't count that towards my final GPA. I just got the credits for it. So I think I finished with a 3.56 or something like that in undergrad. So not too shabby. Obviously, you want to have a good GPA. You don't want, to be taking all these courses, getting all these credits, and not having your GPA up there. Otherwise, law schools would not consider you. Modern times, it's a little different. They will consider, I feel, a lot more people. The pool that they get to choose from is just so much smaller. So the game has changed. Hey, Wayne. So, there is, like I said, there's no right answer. You can be a math major, you can be a history major, an English major, poli-sci, biology, chemistry. None of those courses and degrees are going to change how you learn the material in law school, in my opinion. They'll give you a different worldview, of course. They'll give you a different perspective from the other students. So if you are used to looking at bacteria through a microscope versus sitting in a library reading about, the political structure of Russia during the revolution of 1917, of course, you're going to have a different worldview, but you're both going to be sitting in a classroom learning how. You're not going to be learning the law, by the way. Don't be fooled. Law school is not how to, it does not teach you law. Law you learn in practice, whatever field you go into. They teach you how to think like a lawyer. They teach you how to think like a lawyer. So that's pretty much where all fields of life meet in one classroom, and you all get to participate. That you all get to participate and learn, and it's a wonderful experience. It's exhausting. It's 3 years of my life I will never get back. You become a hermit. Relationships fall apart. Friendships fall apart. You have to devote just so much time into it to be able to be successful at it. And again, what was the average LSAT score for my starting class, Jesse? It was in the 150s. I don't remember what it was exactly. It was I think 154 or 155, maybe 156 for my starting class. Now I'm sure it's a whole lot lower. Now my money is on maybe even a 147. I would venture to guess. It must have dropped significantly. A business degree. Great question, Timothy. There's a few students in my class, by the way, who did a JD MBA, a JD Juris Doctorate, of course, from law school, what you get when you graduate, and an MBA. It's a very, very difficult program. I think it adds an extra year to your 3 years. So you can do that as well. I think it would be a waste of time for me personally, but I know some people have benefited greatly from that. So, and you can have a business degree going in. You may already have an MBA. You could be a PhD. We had a couple of doctors, at least one. We had someone who was a licensed doctor in our class, and she got her JD and then became a practicing attorney, and now she's a doctor and a lawyer in one. Those exist. There are a few of them, but they're real. And one of the girls in my class too, she, after finishing law school, went to medical school, and I think she's finally finishing up. If she has, I mean, she may have already finished last May, if I'm not mistaken, or this May. I haven't kept up with her. But yeah, business degree, Timothy, I think is a great segue into law school, especially because a lot of lawyers, and they will admit to themselves, don't understand how to approach the business side. They know how to practice. They probably know how to practice law better than I ever will, and that's okay. I understand the business side, and that is huge. On how to build a business and how to prosper in it is no easy feat. And a lot of lawyers suffer because they know how to practice, but they don't know how to build the practice to get to the point where it becomes profitable and successful. So that probably should be one of the talks that I do in the future. I'm probably going to be creating competition for myself, but I don't know. I think it's important for lawyers, and I'm trying to even think how do you teach this stuff. I don't know. To me, it's all instinctive. I like I said, I feel numbers, personally, so I understand the aspects of it. But to have a business degree, Timothy, I think is going to be really beneficial, because you'll be able to go into law school understanding how, after you graduate, after you come out of it, how to market yourself, how to approach the business side of things, and be able to attract clients, because that's what it's all about. I mean, it doesn't matter how good of a lawyer you are. If you don't have any clients, you are not going to be able to be successful in any way, shape, or form, or profitable, of course. So chat is all over the place today. If law school only teaches you the theory behind the law, asks Matthew, and how to think like a lawyer, why can you do different types of law at school? Well, Matthew, the classes, so in law school, you have the four, I guess, core courses, and they changed the curriculum a little bit, but you still have, I guess it's really 6 courses when you really get down to it, which you do over the course of 2 years. Property, contracts, so property law, contracts law, civil procedure, constitutional law, criminal law, and torts. Those are the 6, okay? Those 6 courses are the core. Every single student that went to the University of Louisville, and pretty much probably every other law school in the country, has to take these 6 courses to some degree. Sometimes they're a semester, sometimes they're a full year, and you take them your first, and the remainder usually the second year. So once you cover the basics, once you complete those courses, you're pretty much free to take whatever courses you want. You know, you could take any course that is offered at the law school that you are in. So the theory behind that is, if law school just taught you the law but not how to think like a lawyer, once you get out, if you ever want to switch to a different field, well, you're not going to be able to, because you're probably not going to be able to interpret and understand brand new laws that you're not familiar with. That's, I guess, is the logic behind it. If you understand how to think like a lawyer and interpret the law, it doesn't matter what law gets put in front of you. You're going to be able to read it, interpret it, understand it, and apply it to the facts of your case. So that's, I think, is why they do it that way. So yeah, whatever your passion is in undergrad, follow it. That's my advice. Follow it. Don't think that if I'm, trying to get into law school, I have to take this course and this course and this course. Some universities do have a quote unquote law school track, which is actually phenomenal. I know one of the guys who used to work for me before the pandemic was doing it. It cuts undergrad short by 1 year. You finish it after 3 years instead of 4, and then you get right into law school, and you're pretty much a shoo-in, as I understand, into law school after that. So 6 years of studying instead of 7 is much, much better, in my opinion. And that allows you the opportunity to, if you know that this is what you're going to be doing, of course, if you change your mind, you're kind of screwed, because now you have to take all these extra courses and you maybe have wasted your time. But if you know that this is what you want to do, find out if your law school has a program that allows for a fast track to law school. That is going to shave off a lot of time and save you time in the long run. What is going on with chat today? These last 2 live streams, I swear to God, I feel that I'm losing complete control of chat. Chat needs to be put in line. Where's Kim when you need her? Yeah, my chat has devolved into something that I don't know if I like. They are crazy, Tammy. I totally agree. Super weird people, Jamie. Absolutely. Absolutely. If this keeps up, I'm going to have to start putting people in timeout. Could what jeopardize the integrity of the bar certification, Stealth Fiend? I see the question, but I'm not sure what you're referring to. So yeah, pretty much go for what you love, is the name of the game. Don't sacrifice unless you have to. And in this case, I think there's absolutely no need for sacrificial purposes. Are we just going to jump off topic completely? I mean, we can come back to this if people are going to be more interested in watching this video for its title on the rerun than watching this live. I'm okay with it. I have no problem jumping off topic here, but goodness gracious. Andrew, I addressed that question at the beginning of the stream. Trials are postponed until February. Yes, James. If you're handicapped, there's no reason why you shouldn't apply for and potentially get into law school. I don't see a problem with it. As long as you pass and the criteria to get in, and they may make special exceptions for individuals that are handicapped. I'm not aware of any, since I never had to cross that bridge, thank goodness. But for anybody who is in your position, there may be options. There may be options. That's a great question, actually. I don't know the answer to that. Okay, Mary Jones, you're going in timeout. I don't know what drugs you're on, but please stop. Is law school required to become a lawyer, or can you just take the bar exam without it, without going to school? So that's a great question. That is a great question, Stone Glasgow. As far as I know, there's only one state left. Let me double check this, because I think it was California. Oh, there's four. There's four. Before you can practice law, you will need to choose a state that will allow you to complete the bar exam without completing law school. And currently, there are 4 states that allow this: Washington, Vermont, California, and Virginia. Okay, I knew about California, but now you also have Vermont, Virginia, and Washington. So California, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, those 4 states, you can study on your own without going to law school, sit for the bar, and if you pass, you're a lawyer. The other 46, you actually have to go to law school before you sit for the bar. So you don't have to live in those 4 states in order to apply for a bar certification. You can just study for the bar and then find out, let's say, if you're closest to Vermont, for example, you can go to sign up and go to sit for the bar in Vermont. And if you pass, you're a lawyer. It's pretty phenomenal. But I think very, very few people really are qualified enough to be able to do that, because the bar exam, without going to law school, without understanding this stuff, if you have the innate ability to understand the law without going to law school, kudos to you. I mean, that's very, very impressive, very impressive. And to understand it, to the capacity of being able to pass the bar exam, that is extremely impressive. And my hat is off to you if you're able to do that. I think it's a very difficult feat. The bar exam, even after law school, as some states have a 50 to 60% passage rate. Kentucky, I think, was 75% when I went, and Kentucky is not one of those 4 states. So out of every 4 people that sat for the bar the year that I took it in 2013, it was one person, and we all went to law school. 100% of us were law school graduates. 3 out of 4 people passed. 1 out of 4 people failed. So imagine not going to law school at all and still trying to pass this monstrosity of a test. Like I said, my hat is off to you if you're able to do that. Andrew Lawhern, great question. So Andrew asks, what about criminal history of 20 plus years? Can you still apply for the bar if you can prove moral character? That is a question that, of course, I cannot answer, but I can provide guidance on. you will have to appear before the character and fitness committee. And so long as they approve of you practicing law, you will pass, and you'll be able to practice. But again, there are some requirements that I'm not familiar with, that this is a topic I probably shouldn't even get into in depth. But essentially, what I can say is that you have to appear in front of a character and fitness committee. They will have to approve of you. You'll have to explain your past. You will have to explain, I guess, what your goals are for the future. And if they decide that you are fit morally and ethically to practice law, then you will be able to become a lawyer. Some of these questions are so far off the wall. Stone is asking, how many hours would an intelligent person, okay, define it, an intelligent, what is an intelligent person? What is that? How many hours would an intelligent person require of self-study to pass the bar? I have no idea. I have no clue. I don't even know what an intelligent person is. I'm in Kentucky, Mighty Roach. IQ of one, I don't know, man. I have no idea. It all depends on how you absorb information. IQ, your intelligence quotient is not an indicator of how well you absorb information. You could have an IQ of 130 and be a complete shite at being able to understand and interpret legal doctrine. So that you may be built for chemistry and understanding formulas in physics. So that is a horrible question. I'm sorry, horrible question to ask, because everybody is just so different. Chat is really slow today. We only have about 30 people here. I guess I don't know. For some reason, I thought that people really wanted this topic, and I was gonna get a wider range, but it's okay. I'm fine with it. I like a smaller group anyway. It's quieter and easier to control, especially when I don't have a mod here. Things were already getting crazy. So, Bob Ross twin, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Long live Bob Ross. How many hours do I work a day, Luke? It varies a lot. Colorado is cracking down on DUIs. I'm not surprised, Timothy. Tammy, yeah, the dog is at my parents' house. Hey, Red. What do law graduates do after failing the bar exam? That's a good question. Take it again, usually. Some people give up and start doing other things. Some people go to law school without the intention of ever sitting for the bar in the first place. It's rare, but it does happen. We did have definitely one. He was a journalist. We had one classmate who did that. And then maybe there was a second one. I can't remember. Thanks, Universe. Appreciate it, brother. Brian Cray, no court. No court. I had my associates had a couple of hearings, but I haven't had any. Jesse Bogart asks, I interned for a DA, which I did, yes, for 1 semester. Do I recommend that for future defense attorneys? Sure, yeah, I really do. It was a great experience. It exposed me to what the other side looks like. Of course, at the time, I wasn't completely and fully aware of the fact that I'm going to be going into defense law, but it was a great prep for the future, definitely. Hey, Gwag. Is there a limit to the number of times you can pass the bar? Absolutely. I think Idaho is the only one that allows it 6 times. Most states are 5 or less. Kentucky, I think, is 3. So if you don't have to wait, at least in Kentucky, I know you don't have to wait at all. You just take it at the next opportunity, which in Kentucky, it's given in February and July. Now, the pandemic kind of screwed with it a little bit. So I'm not 100% as to when they were offering it. I know they were offering like a a virtual bar exam, a virtual option, which was really weird. Again, I have no clue how that went down. But once you fail it an X number of times, and if the limit is 3 and you take it 3 times, you may have to wait a certain period before it resets. I don't know if it's a lifetime ban, but you may be able to go to another state and take it somewhere else. Have I ever taken a case out of Laurel County? Yes. Well, I have a couple of cases out of there pending right now. What options does a disbarred ex-attorney have? I mean, everything but practicing law, Red. That pretty much sums it up. Do you have to be a state defense attorney before you become a defense attorney? No. Timothy, you didn't get a notification for this live stream. I don't know I don't know what's going on with it, to be honest, because I used to get notifications every time that I would go live. I would get a notification myself to my email, the DUI guy just went live or whatever. But I don't even get that notification anymore. So I don't know if YouTube screwed it up or whatever. It is what it is. Do they still have typing classes, Tammy? I'm not sure. So, holy cow, the bar exam varies state to state. In Kentucky, it's 12 hours. It's 6 days, 6 hours the first day and 6 hours the second day. I know some states like Ohio are 3 days, and I think it's 18 hours long. Yeah, don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get notified. Also, feel free to join on as a member. There are 2 tiers. You have the Law Novice tier for $4.99, and then you have the Honorary Lawyer for $24.99, so that you get all these fun perks if you join. Hey, Real Jingy. Is there no defending yourself at the time of the stop from a bad cop? No, there's nothing you can say that will make him become a good cop. He's going to be doing shoddy work and fight it in court. Just don't incriminate yourself and keep your mouth shut. I have not heard of Tara Simmons, Andrew. How long do you have to be a lawyer before you become a judge? It depends what type of judge. It depends on the state. Every state has different rules of how many years the attorney has to practice before they qualify for a judgeship. Obviously, you still have to get elected, but in order to even appear on the ballot, district court is only 2 years, believe it or not, in Kentucky. 2 years of practicing law, and they're trying to change that. I don't think the bill passed, but they were trying to change that, turn it into 8 years. Circuit court is 8, I think. District is 2. What do I think about COVID fines? I haven't really seen that firsthand, Luke, but can you elaborate? Are people getting fined for leaving the house after they test positive or something like that? If that is happening, I think it's right. They have a right to be fined. They should fight it, but they're probably going to lose. I'm not sure, Red. Hi, Busy Banty. See, Busy says she didn't get a notification. Colton asks, does the nature of the adversarial system ever wear you down? Sure. You got to keep up your mental health and your physical health to be, otherwise you will never survive in this business. Real Jingy, is there no way to invoke the 4th, 5th, and 6th amendments at the time of the stop, then let the chips fall where they may? Well, that's what I just said. You're invoking your 5th by not answering questions. You're invoking your 4th by refusing to allow him to search. How are you invoking the 6th? I would like a jury, or which portion of it are you? I'm brain farting on which portion of the 6th you're trying to apply. But yeah, that's exactly what I said. This is where you're, and let the chips fall where they may. That's basically it. Never talk to the police. You got it right, Luke. When I get stopped, do I announce that I'm taking the 5th? No, you take the 5th. Listen, okay. You don't actually tell the officer that I'm pleading the 5th because you're not under oath and you're not testifying. Just simply tell them that I'd rather not answer questions until my lawyer is present. That's it. You don't need to. No need to get fancy. Do you have one case, or do you have like a divorced attorney? I'm not a divorced attorney, James. Are there any other questions about the law school admission test, the bar exam, undergraduate degrees, anything like that that relates to today's topic? Oh, yes, Jamie. You can try, but that's not going to work. That asking for assistance of counsel under the 6th Amendment at the time of the stop. If you can get a lawyer there, more power to you. But no one's going to be providing a lawyer to the scene. That's not the police officer's job. That's not the government's job. That portion of the 6th Amendment is reserved for courtroom proceedings. It is 7:33 p.m. here. 1:33 a.m. Luke, are you in London? It's probably 1:33 a.m. in what? Reykjavik, Iceland, London. Where else? Because 1:33 in the morning, that's yeah, that's Iceland and parts of Great Britain. 11:33 a.m. in Australia. It's morning in Australia. Oh, Amsterdam. Okay, I was close. No, not Hawaii. Hawaii would be the other way. Hawaii, it's 2:34 p.m. in Hawaii. Subtract 5. I know that because the island of Bora Bora in French Polynesia is 5 hours. It's basically, you take California and you subtract 2. So it's 5 hours behind, and Hawaii is on the same line as Bora Bora. So when I was there, it's 2:34 in Hawaii right now, as far as I know. We need Richard DeLine in here. Where's Richard? Richard lives in Hawaii. He's a member. I don't think Richard is in here, but Richard DeLine would say it's 2:35 where he is right now. So 2:35 p.m. 2:35 p.m. It's still light in Hawaii. 1:33 a.m. is the other side of the world. It's Amsterdam, London, Reykjavik, and Iceland. All of Great Britain has the same time. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought they were on 2 time zones for some reason. Joey asks, I need a malpractice attorney in New York. Can you refer anyone? Email me. There you go. According to the internet, it's 2:35 in Hawaii, p.m. And then if you keep going, you're going to cross the international date line and end up on November 20th. If you keep flying around the globe counterclockwise, passing the international date line, do you, without having a need to refuel, let's say, do you never age? Because you're always going to subtract a day, right? So if you're going backwards, you still age, but just a fun thought. My email is here. I'll type it in. We don't have a moderator here today. I have to do all the legwork. First thing I would recommend doing when stopping at a DUI checkpoint, it depends what state you're in, Timothy, but for the most part, don't answer questions. Just simply provide your ID and try and be on your way. All right. Well, looks like it's pretty dead here today. Not really sure why that is, but that's okay. I guess a lot of people didn't get the notification, which unfortunate, but it is what it is. I need to figure out how to maybe work on that to get that fixed for future live streams. But traffic on the channel has been slow recently. I don't know exactly what the justification of the reasoning is behind it, but it's the ebb and flow of YouTube. I'm kind of used to it. And I think, yeah, people are probably getting ready for Thanksgiving, Jamie. You're probably right. This is that time of year that's a little unpredictable. New Year's is not far away, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So with Halloween behind us, everyone is just getting cozy, watching their holiday specials and all that. So that's pretty much it for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. I had fun. I love educating people, letting them know whatever I can, as much information as I can share with the public. I mean, this is pretty permanent. This is pretty permanent stuff. My children, my children's children are all going to have access to this, and I think it's pretty cool that they'll be able to see their father or grandfather, what he did years and years and years ago on YouTube, and kind of hear his thoughts and learn, hopefully. So I appreciate you all for joining, and I hope you all learned something. And for those of you, by the way, college students that are going to be watching this in the future, remember, there is no right or wrong way of going about applying and getting into law school. I think whatever your passion is, wherever your passion lies, that's what you should go for. Don't try and get suckered into some lecture somewhere, or somebody telling you that, hey, this is the best way. If you take these courses or what have you, or if you major in this major, you're going to be able to excel in law school. In my opinion, that's a fallacy. That's a fallacy. Don't be led astray. Follow your dreams. Follow your passion. And if it's for you, then it's for you. Law school is not for everyone. It's a very difficult and arduous journey. And if you if you get in and you get out, more power to you. So happy Thanksgiving. Thank you all for joining. I will see you next Saturday. What is the topic next Saturday? Next Saturday, we're talking about when you should versus when you should not talk to the police. Now, those of you who are regulars here already know the answer to this, but we're going to be exploring that topic in depth, when you should versus when you should not talk to the police. So I will see you next Saturday after Thanksgiving. This is after Black Friday. It's the white Saturday after Black Friday. November 28th. The last Saturday in November. And at same time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And I hope to see you guys there. Again, happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully by then we'll have 50,000 subscribers, Stone. So till then, peace out. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.